This coming season could be the most important of Jobe Bellingham's career. Right, hello and welcome back to the Joe Hall YouTube channel, where today, as I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about Jobe Bellingham and why this season could very well be the most important season, definitely of his career so far, but even of his career for a while. Before we get into all that though, as I always say, make sure you go down below and drop a subscribe. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers and every subscription helps. While you're down there, leave a like and also let me know in the comments what you want to see me talk about in future videos as well. But with all that being said, let's get into it. So, unless you've been living under a rock recently, I'm sure you've seen that Jobe Bellingham has agreed a scholarship with Birmingham City and has agreed personal terms to a contract, a professional contract, which will be signed when he turns 17, and I believe the 23rd of September, a few days after my birthday. But this is absolutely huge for Birmingham City and absolutely huge for Jobe Bellingham as well. The reason this is so huge is because it means Jobe will be staying probably at least another season. And as we all know, there was interest from Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, all to sign Jobe Bellingham on a free from our academy. So I could not be happier that Jobe has signed a professional contract, because we all know that Jobe one day is going to be too good for Blues. It happened with Jude, it's destined to happen with Jobe as well. But it just shows a touch of class from Jobe and the Bellingham family to get him to sign a deal so he can give back to the club when he eventually does leave. You know, we've seen it from Jude as well. I remember when Jude was coming through, again, me and Jude about the same age, and I remember when Jude was coming through and you'd hear these reports of, oh, Man United are interested in Jude and signing him, Chelsea are interested in Jude, Wolves are interested in Jude, and he never went to any of them. And I have nothing but respect for Jude and now Jobe for doing that for, I don't know if they necessarily rejected him, but just not taking the offers. And, you know, as we've seen when Jude left, he was a record transfer fee, gave the club millions upon millions. Granted, the millions upon millions were wasted, but he's still brought in millions to the club, and is now revered as a hero, has a mural outside St Andrews, had the number 22 shirt retired, or as Jude likes to put it, temporarily retired, because he will take back 22 when he returns. And, you know, I think it's exciting to see the same could happen with Jobe. Jobe, obviously, last season wore the number 39. See, now that Chong's gone, I think it would be nice to see Jobe be given number 7, personally. From the research I've done on Jobe, it said that he likes to play on the wings or as an attacking midfielder. Anywhere in a front position, in a forward position, is right up Jobe's alley, so I've been told and so I've seen. So I think with the number 7 becoming free, Bellingham 7, you know, it's got a nice ring to it. Granted, if Jobe left, we probably wouldn't be able to retire the number 7, but, you know, nevertheless, got a nice ring to it. But now, going into the season, as I said, this season is going to be very, very important for Jobe. And I think there is going to be a lot of pressure on him to do well this season. You know, when you have an older brother in football who has succeeded now at the highest level, there's always going to be comparisons there. And one thing that's going to be looked at is that Jude had a phenomenal breakout year with Blues, which then obviously led to his over £20 million deal with Borussia Dortmund. So I think there are going to be a lot of eyes on Jobe to try and replicate that. Me personally, I don't want to put that pressure on Jobe. I've seen Jobe play. He's a phenomenal player. He's going to be great. And I don't think he needs to be compared to Jude. They're completely different styles of players. One thing I think they do share is their energy. And this is one thing that I've noticed between both of them when I've seen them down St Andrews. Jude and Jobe Bellingham know how to get a crowd going. But beyond that, beyond them as people, I don't want to make comparisons between the two. I don't think that's fair on either. I'm thinking going into this season, Jobe is probably going to have a more active role in the starting lineup, which I think he wholeheartedly definitely deserves. You know, he really proved himself last season coming off the bench in games. You know, he'd come off the bench and oftentimes after the game, you'd look and say, Jobe Bellingham coming on really changed the tide of things. Granted, it was only sparing appearances, but they happened nonetheless. And with obviously Blues' current lack of forwards, obviously not strikers, we've got a ridiculous amount of strikers, but forwards on the wing and through the middle attacking areas, I think Jobe should definitely get more game time and deserves it. Now, as I said, this season is going to be very important for Jobe and Jobe's career, because realistically, right, as much as I would want him to stay at Blues forever, he's going to be too good for us. There's going to be a point where he is way too good for us. I'm sure it's not far away. But as I said, going into this season, he's going to have the biggest clubs in the world scouting him and eyeing him up. So impressing these scouts, impressing these clubs is going to be important to Jobe to go further in his career. You know, in 2 seasons' time, maybe even a season's time, we could be looking at Jobe playing Champions League football like Jude did, which would be absolutely incredible for him. So now, in a sense, really is the time to impress. In all honesty though, I think Jobe is going to be an absolute class talent and a key part of Blues' squad this year, hopefully. You know, as I've said many times in this video already, I think he really deserves to be in that starting lineup or in and around it. And that's something I can't wait to see. Seeing another Bellingham shirt on the pitch is always a great sight. And boys, like I said, I am excited for this season. At the same time, I am scary because there is obviously the possibility we get relegated. And that is a very high possibility. But as I said, for all the Blues fans who are having a negative outlook on this season, don't stress it. Look, if we go down, we go down. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, new ownership coming in, taking control, what we've asked for how long. Exciting young players coming through the academy like Jobe, like Alfie Chang, Mitchell Roberts, etc. And a new manager in John Eustace. Granted, I was a big fan of Bowyer and I will miss him. But at the end of the day, John Eustace is our manager now, and as much as he's a Villa fan, you know, he'll have my support unless he does dreadful, in which case I'll probably hound him out a lot quicker than I would have Bowyer. But nevertheless, it's going to be an exciting season to say the least. And probably for Jobe Bellingham, the most important of his career. So if you're watching this by any chance, Jobe, you're definitely not, because you've got more important things to do than watch me, I'm sure. Good luck with the season, and the same goes to the entire Blues squad and all the young players who really are looking to prove themselves this season. If anything, I'm just thankful Jobe signed the professional contract, so at least now, when he's ready to leave, which I imagine will be soon, he'll be able to give back to the club in terms of finances the same way Jude did. And for me, that's just an absolute class act from Jude, from Jobe, from the Bellingham family themselves. Things you absolutely love to see. But I think that is going to about wrap things up from me. Let me know what you think about Jobe Bellingham and this coming season for Birmingham City down below in the comments. And while you're down there, as I said in the intro, go down and leave a subscribe as well. But I think that's about everything. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.
Taking chances, I lighted a love, but it never held to me. I'm feeling numb for the whole of the month, but nobody else could see.